All right, so thinking about that road trip, Cork to the cliffs of Moher, want the inside scoop. Is it really Ireland's most breathtaking tour?
Well, we're going to deep dive into all the intel we've gathered from articles, social media, even travel newsletters.
You want those epic landscapes, right?
Uh,
But also those authentic Irish experiences along the way.
exactly. Like, remember that story from Dennis Hannon in the Love Ireland Facebook group?
Yeah, finding his ancestral home.
It seems like this tour could really be special, especially if you're looking for that personal touch, that heritage connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of magic, we got to talk about Doolin.
Ah, Doolin. It's not just a stop on the way to the cliffs, it's an experience in itself.
Right.
We're talking heart of Irish folk music, might even catch a session
Ooh, yeah.
with Christy Berry, fifth-generation fiddler, or the legendary McDermott family at Gus O'Connor's pub.
Wow. Incredible. I'd love to just soak in that atmosphere.
It may-
Founded by locals, generations of musical tradition.
Yeah, just imagine.
And this is just one stop on the way to the cliffs of Moher. It's amazing.
Exactly. And speaking of the cliffs, I found this fantastic tip in the Love Ireland newsletter. Apparently, there's this hidden path
Oh,
leading down from the main cliffs to a secluded beach.
Whoa.
It's not even in most guidebooks.
no way.
So if you're really looking for that, breathtaking off the beaten path kind of experience,
Yeah,
it might be something to add to your list.
a hidden beach. Okay, you've got my attention. But before we get too carried away with these hidden gems, should probably talk about the elephant in the room,
Hmm.
or rather the pint that might be missing from the pub. This whole Guinness shortage situation.
Right.
That could throw a wrench in the plans, couldn't it?
Definitely something to be aware of. Surge in demand, putting a strain on supplies.
Yeah.
And some pubs, especially in those tourist hotspots, they're worried about running dry before the holidays. But don't panic just yet.
Right. Got to be a workaround.
Absolutely. First off, don't assume every pub will be out. Smaller local pubs might have better luck with their supply.
Okay.
And secondly, remember Ireland's about more than just Guinness. This is your chance to explore some local craft brews.
Right.
Or discover a new favorite Irish whiskey.
Ooh, Irish whiskey by a crackling fire. Sounds like a pretty good backup plan to me.
Yeah.
This is making me even more excited about this trip. Speaking of excitement, Dublin and Cork airports are buzzing. They just had their busiest November ever.
Wow.
Clearly, Ireland is the place to be right now. And speaking of must-see spots, have you seen all the incredible photos of the Giant's Causeway popping up on social media?
It's truly a sight to behold. Those hexagonal basalt columns formed by ancient volcanic activity.
Amazing.
Now, granted, it's not directly on the Cork to Cliffs route, but if you have some extra time...
It might be worth a detour.
Yeah.
After all, got to fuel up for all
Oh.
this adventuring. Speaking of fuel, that Irish food you will love section had my stomach rumbling.
Oh, yeah.
The Ulster fry, the king of breakfasts, they call it.
I've heard good things.
I'm thinking a hearty plate of that before hitting the road would be the perfect start to the day. But I guess the big question still lingers. Is this Cork to Cliffs of Moher tour truly Ireland's most breathtaking?
That's a question only you can answer, really. Depends on what makes a journey truly breathtaking for you.
Interesting.
Is it the dramatic landscapes, like the cliffs, the intimate moments of connection, like in a Doolin pub? Or maybe stumbling upon a hidden beach all to yourself?
It's about finding those moments that make you catch your breath and say, this is it.
Exactly. And I think this route has the potential to offer all of that and more.
It's not just about those big name attractions then, is it?
No, it's about those little moments of discovery.
Yeah.
The things that stay with you long after you've gone home.
Like that hidden beach. Imagine
Yeah.
feeling that spray of the Atlantic on your face.
Yeah.
Wind whipping through your hair.
Yeah.
And knowing you've stumbled upon this secret escape
Right.
that most people
Ah.
never even know exists.
Absolutely. And who knows, what other hidden gems you might uncover along the way.
Right.
That's part of the beauty of a road trip like this. You have the freedom to wander, to explore,
Yeah.
to get a little lost.
And maybe even find yourself.
Ooh, I like that. It reminds me of this quote by the travel writer Pico Iyer. He says, "We travel initially to lose ourselves, and we travel next to find ourselves."
Wow, that's really good.
I think that perfectly captures that transformative power of travel,
Yeah.
especially when you embrace the unexpected.
Speaking of unexpected, let's circle back to that Guinness shortage for a moment. It might be a blessing in disguise, don't you think?
It definitely challenges us to be a little more open-minded, more flexible.
Right.
Instead of sticking to the familiar, Why not use this as an opportunity to sample some of Ireland's other incredible beverages?
Ooh, like what?
Think locally brewed craft beers, traditional Irish ciders,
Yeah.
or even a warming cup of Irish coffee on a chilly evening.
Ooh, Irish coffee.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
This whole conversation is making me think about Dennis Hannon's story again. Finding his ancestral home. That
Yeah.
must have been such a powerful experience to
Yeah.
connect with his roots in such a tangible way.
Absolutely. It highlights another layer of depth that this Cork to Cliffs of Moher route offers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about stunning scenery.
Right.
It's about the stories embedded in the land, the history whispering through the ruins,
Yeah.
that sense of belonging that comes from connecting with your heritage.
Like you're not just traveling through space, but through time as well.
Exactly.
Each step is a step closer to understanding who you are and where you come from.
Precisely. And I think that's what makes this tour so much more than just a collection of beautiful sights.
Right.
It's an invitation to explore not just the landscape of Ireland, but the landscape of your own heart.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, this trip could be a journey of self-discovery,
Exactly.
a chance to tap into something deeper within yourself. Yeah. And that journey begins the moment you decide to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown.
So what do you say, dear listener? Are you ready to embark on this breathtaking adventure?
Mm.
Are you ready to trade the ordinary for the extraordinary, the predictable for the unexpected, the known for the unknown?
Because this Cork to Cliffs of Moher tour isn't just a trip, it's a transformation waiting to happen.
It's a chance to experience the magic of Ireland, to connect with its people, its history, its soul,
Yeah.
and maybe even discover a piece of your own along the way.
And as you stand on the edge of those majestic cliffs, feeling the wind in your hair, the vastness of the ocean before you,
Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and ask yourself,
what will be your most breathtaking moment?
will it be that sheer scale of the cliffs? Or the crashing waves of the Atlantic? Or maybe just that feeling of standing on the edge of the world?
Or maybe it'll be like a quiet moment in a cozy Doolin pub, lost in the music
Yeah.
and the warmth of Irish hospitality.
Or perhaps it'll be that unexpected detour, that hidden gem that you just stumble upon that changes the course of your whole journey
Yeah,
and leaves an imprint on your heart.
exactly. Whatever it may be, embrace it fully.
Right.
Savor every moment. Let
Yeah.
it wash over you and shape your experience.
Because that's what this Cork to Cliffs of Moher tour is all about, right?
It really is.
Creating your own breathtaking moments, your
Yeah.
own unique story within the grand tapestry of Ireland.
And remember, even with the best laid plans, yet sometimes those most memorable moments,
Yeah.
they're the ones we least expect.
So true.
So be open to the unexpected,
Right.
embrace those detours, and let the magic of Ireland unfold before you.
And who knows, you might just find that the most breathtaking moments aren't the ones you plan for at all,
Right.
but the ones that find you.
Exactly. And when you return home, with your heart full of memories
Yeah.
and your spirit renewed, we invite you to share your story with us. Let us know what made your journey breathtaking.
What surprised you?
Yeah. What touched your soul?
Because in the end, it's the stories we share that connect us all, that inspire us, that remind us of the beauty and the wonder that exists in this world.
So go forth, dear listener, and create your own breathtaking adventure on the Emerald Isle.
Safe travels, and may the road rise to meet you.
Slán go foil!